Hi everyone, it's Caroline on the hillside. Thanks for coming over today. I wanted to share a few things with you. First of all, I have been having so much fun making these. These are folded letters, and these were inspired by Lori Girl on the Ridge. I had watched her video before we went on our vacation, and I had made a whole bunch of these fun letters, little notes, and I thought I would share them with you today. You can use any kind of paper, and all they are is one piece of paper, and it's folded in a way that it folds into itself. So fun and easy. And I actually just used some lined papers here that were right around me. This one was a coffee dyed paper. I added a stamp, and it says notes, and then I added a little fussy cut here, added another little stamp, enjoy the little things. I thought it would be a fun presentation for the person that receives this, whether you insert it into a journal or you send it as happy mail. I'm going to give these away to friends. It's a fun little thing. There's a couple of shops that I like to go to in town, and I'm going to leave some of these there. This was really fun too. I had taken from my mom's office some pads that she had at work, and you can even see they're discolored. Maybe you can't. I'd taken them off of the pad, cut off the logos. I added 4 or 5 sheets, and I put some washi tape on here, and then I thought that would be a fun way to add a little extra little note, little writing space. So it goes in there, folds up, and then it just tucks right in. I'm sure you've seen this. I'm sure you've made these. And if you haven't, wow, just give it a quick try. It is so fun. Almost forgot to show you how to fold it. So I'm just using this plain piece of paper. You can fold it so that it's landscape, or you can fold it so that it's portrait style. I'll do a landscape. It's so easy. All you do is make sure that you fold your edges so that they're touching, and that's very important because they have to fit. It has to fit into each other. You bring up one of your ends this way, and I always use my bone folder, and then you fold the top edge down. And then it just folds right in like that. It's as simple as, and that took 30 seconds, and only because I fumbled with the insert. That is it. That's how easy it is. Hope you make lots. And what I did to embellish it a little bit, I had some, this was some packaging ribbon. I just sewed it on here with a piece of lace and this fussy cut flowers that I had in a file. And there it is, a really fun, easy, very simple presentation. So here's one. So this one doesn't have a little tie. I made one like this that I just used some of my wax thread, same idea. So the inside is the same. I did a little bit of stamping, and I added a few papers. Open it up, and there's a different, same little note papers in there. Folds up, folds into itself. I love this idea. Like that, and then just add your whatever kind of little tie. You don't have to add a tie. I thought it would be a cute little added feature. There's that one. I have this one. Then the other thing is, I have these are done in the portrait aspect. These were done in the landscape. I'm also very excited to announce that I am on Ödulcina's design team. That's Anne, and I used already some of these. I was able to print these off I did it on cardstock, made them smaller. This is part of the Lovely Birds digital kit. I'll leave it linked below. And I made this, I embellished with that on the, with some scraps of lace and fabric. And this was also printed. This was the little birds. It didn't print off very well, but I thought it would be perfect for this piece of paper. I didn't want to waste it. It was a double-sided. I didn't cut off the little white edge. I just incorporated it, made it a little rough looking, and I thought that was a perfect way to add little notes here. I added some tape, and here's my note pad, little extra notepad, and so it folds up this way. And that is the very, very, very beginning of my design team make. And I did the same with this one here. This was my own coffee dyed paper, and I did a little bit of stamping on the top. I think these are just so fun to make. You can embellish them any way you want, as much as you want. I'm keeping them light. You can put them in a bigger envelope. I think the presentation is perfect like this. And so here is the very beginning. I will share with you the two of the digital kits that I'm going to be using in a few different things. Here's a page that I had printed off, and my color was off because and it's another letter. And I love the yellow anyway, so I'm going to embellish this with you. I'm going to leave the inside plain. I'll use my little note stamp, and I'll put that over here. I have some cutouts ready to go, so I can add that. I think right here I have, this is from a magazine. I'm going to put this down here. A smile is the prettiest thing you can wear. Just take a few sheets, the same idea one. I'll say 5. What a great way to use up old office pads. Better edge. That'll fit. And then some washi tape. Just any washi tape will do. And I'm not reinforcing the washi tape because this will be fun and easy for the person to take it off if they want to. There, like that. Fold it up. And so this is the part here that I want to decorate. I have this scrappy piece of fabric. I also have some lace here. That'll be fun. I think I'll do that, a little piece of lace. Just a little cluster. Doesn't have to go across the whole thing. These I sewed on. I think my first one I just glued it on. And you can do it however you like. Yeah, like that. Just take a clothespin and give it a little bit. That's the only thing with not sewing it. You sort of have to wait for your glue to dry. Well, you can use digital prints. You can use prints that didn't work the way you wanted them to on your printer if you're running out of ink. You can add different things. Your coffee stained papers. I'm going to let that dry for a few minutes and then we'll come back. And in the meantime, I'm going to share some of the prints that I'll be using coming up. Beautiful images. This is the Lovely Birds kit. And this is two pages on one. beautiful colors. They're very vibrant. This one I already took a little piece out of that. I took some of the bigger pages and I shrunk them down to make smaller prints. I was just playing around. Here's some portrait, and they're double-sided. This is double-sided. I love the birds. This one's also double-sided. The paper that I used to print these off is a presentation paper. I think I got it at Staples. I'll link it down below. I can't remember the name right now. I have to look at the packaging. So it's a little bit heavier. I also use just for quick printing, I use just regular department store paper. Anything will use like 20 pound. That one. The colors, I love the colors. This one's a double. This is an experiment that I had. I had a piece of tissue paper, and I thought it would be fun to see if this would work. I cut it to size, I put it behind, I attached it to one of these pages, and I used some tape, just some masking tape, and it worked out. I love the way, I don't have parchment paper, but I thought I had tissue paper, and I thought I would try that. That worked out really fun. That's the same one, same print as this. Double-sided. I am just experimenting with my printing, so I have all kinds of different looks. I also printed off flowers, an antique script. This is the antique script part of it. And I didn't print the whole kit out, but this will give you a really good idea of what it's like. Here is some flowers with some script on it. Here's some flowers with no script. This was done on cardstock, white cardstock. I wanted to try that. And this one I didn't do the borderless. I guess I forgot to click that. Here's some tags, some ephemera. Really fun and cute. Here's some more ephemera, some envelopes. Did a couple. Yeah, so these are different, a little bit different. I'm going to link the website, the Etsy shop below. And then here's a collage page. Oh, so fun. And I'm really happy to be on the design team. A couple other things that I'm doing. So this was done before we left for our trip too. I had a piece of, just a random piece of embossed paper. And I thought, oh, I'm going to use that and make a little cover for a quick notebook. So maybe that's what I'll do with you. All I did here was I added some scrap music paper, some scraps of lace, a piece of cardboard, and then that little piece of the lovely birds that I shrunk down, and I put that on the top. I just took out some of my scraps. I'm going to take a few of these sheets out. I don't know if I'm going to use them all. They're very thin, airmail style, and I like the different colors. All the sheets will not be the same height of the little notebook, but I think what I'll do here is give it a wonky fold for something fun and different. Let me see what selections I have. I have this that I used some food coloring, just happens to be blue. Got the old chainsaw going on the background. This one here was this is my last handmade paper that I did, so I think I'll use that in here. Just fold that. I have this as a little experiment that I was doing on some lined notebook paper. I'll put that in here. And I have a couple of free, it says free, February 19th. I did get it for free from the library. And I'll fold that. It's just a quick little notebook. And same with this one. I want to use, I think I'll use this from the kit because this is the Lovely Birds notebook that I started. So fun. I was so excited to get back and do this. It's fun to use. It's fun to use all the scraps. It's fun to use digitals included with the scraps. I like to do both. Now this is really big for here. So what I'll do is, let me see if I can fit this in here. I might have to take some off, and that is okay. Thinking this through, if I glue those together, I can hinge it. I want to keep the bird. I can take off a little bit here. Let's see. Take off a little bit here. That is still okay. I can take off a wee bit more. And if I have a little bit of overhang, that's okay. And I'm not going to get rid of these little strips because I might be able to use those. I do try to use all the scraps. And then I'll have a little bit of overhang, a little bit of layering, which I love. So now I'm going to assemble. I wanted to use something brighter. Let's see if I can do that up here. I'm going to use a brighter page for there. I just have a plain piece of white paper, so I'll use some of this. And I'm going to use the latest little homemade tear ruler. That's a full sheet. That's good. I can put that in here, but not there. I'm just refolding it so that I can see, I can get some layers. It's fun to get the layers. And then I'll add a little extra when I do some little bit of lace or added things. very simply, I'm going to do just a 2-hole. It's a little notebook, nothing complicated. I'm giving myself some room. You can make this a no-sew journal. I don't consider this sewing because it's really it's just two holes with some thread through it. And this is really loose, so I'm literally winging it. I just went through the hole again, and I'm going to go through here. And just to get some of the slack away. Just going to try and get as much of the thread used. And it's wax thread, so that's good. It's giving me a little more more tautness. I have my little bit of doubled over two stitch binding. And there is my selection of leftover papers in here. This is completely white, and I want to do it here in the middle. I think that would be fun. See what it looks like. I can see a little bit of the edge, and I love that. So I'll just hinge it on the inside. And I'm going to use, for my hinge, I have printed off some of the antique script. I made them smaller, and I'm going to use some of this. Maybe put this up here like that. Did I do that the right way? So I think what I'll do now is fold this back, because I think I did my hinge a little bit different. And I'm just going with the flow, because there are no mistakes in this. That'll fold back. That'll fold this way. Yeah, I totally did that wrong. Okay. Completely not the way I wanted to do it. I opened it the wrong way. So how can I turn this into something? I'm going to think about this. How can I fix that? I can add something else in here, and I'm going to add something really pretty. What's my photo here on the front? This is the one that I did on a cardstock. Don't want that together, so I'll do some more of the script, maybe. While I'm thinking what I want to do with that, I'm going to use the strips that I took off my insert, and I'm going to cover this up. He wouldn't see all this if I was doing it off camera. So I thought I'd share with you how I'm going to try and fix this. And then on this side, this whole page is going to turn like that. I can add a piece of lace. And this is pink lace. I don't think I want pink lace. This is pretty. Yeah, something like that. Let's see if I can tear this. Oh, that's great. It's fun to use the discarded pieces from our projects. It's all about discovering, experimenting. I could just close that off. Maybe I'll do that. That sounds like it's the best thing to do. So something that I just turned it into something different, even though it wasn't the original plan. This is very modern, and that's okay. It's okay to have all the different styles. This can be a tab. And I love that the two kits are interchangeable. They add to each other. Oh, I love that. Let me add some of this to it. Colors look really good together. I'm going to use this other scrap on the edge of this page. It ties it all in together, and then I'm using it all up too. And I think I'd like to put a little bit of lace up there. Well, actually, I have a little bit of this white ribbon. Maybe I could add a piece of that. This is where my glue gun would be really fantastic to use. The glue's coming through. I'll have to add something else. I'm just going to keep layering till I get it right. I'm going to do some slow stitching. Uh-oh. See, and I have glue here now. Just randomly there. I think that'll be fine. I'm going to put something over here to hide the fact that I have this. Okay, let's tie that in. Right on top, just to hide the glue. Give it a little more layering too. I love how one little mishap can turn into something that might not have thought of any other way. not calling it a mistake because it can all be hidden, fixed. Altered. What does it look like on this side? This will give the page corner a little bit of weight. I think that'll feel good when it's all done. The back of the page. I think I will put this over here. And then I can tuck something in here at the back. This little page is probably going to rip or tear, something like that, so I will use I'm not going to do every page. I want to leave some pages available for personalizing. A little bit of wrinkling there. Let's see what I can put there. I thought I had some glue that I wanted to cover somewhere. I don't remember where it was. I'll make a tab. That's what I'll do. I'll make a tab up here. I made a tab on this side though. Do I want the same? Let me try and see. So I have a tab up here. Let me use this one over here. I'll do it. And then this side. Can match it. Right there. A little crumpling. How about a little bit of distressing? Just right there. Not too much. I think I want to do something, one more thing on here, a little flip up. And then this can be altered in some way. So I will tear. Oh, maybe what I'll do. No, I won't tear it. Why don't I? Now I'm thinking, should I? I'm gonna try something different. I'm going to do a flip down instead of a flip up. Oh, go like that. Can be written on. I'll just make a paper clip. And then that way with the paper clip, you know that you have to take the paper clip off to look under it. So that's way too much, but that's okay. There. And I'll use those other little pieces in a cluster. So it's not too much, just a little bit poking out. I'm going to do one more little thing, a little bit of an edge, maybe on this white, something over here on this white one. Just have found this leftover doily. I'm stretching it out, and I think what I'll do is put that up here. Let's see if that works. If I put that up there, and I have that poking through. Oh yeah, fun layers. That's what I'm going to do. I could honestly do this for hours, because as I keep going, I have all these ideas of what I want to do. And for me, the way that I really get inspired is just by doing it. By just going ahead and working on it. I feel like I need something up here now for the other side, just to make it even. I have my little card that I had made. I'm going to use that, and I'll just use a little bit of this lace. It can be used as a tuck spot. I'm using this piece of writing paper. I'm going to put notes on it. I better put it the right way. And I'm going to use my little tuck spot here. And then I have this left over from the same kit. So I'm going to find a spot for this. That would be fun up here. I can also put it down. Maybe I'll put it below. One more tuck spot. I have this leftover paper, so I will fold it and put it in here. So papers to write on, papers to you can tear it up. Will that fit? Yeah, that would fit just right there. A fun little journal, little notebook. A little flip down. Writing space, decorating a little bit. This one didn't flip the way I wanted to, but I made it work anyway, using little scraps, all leftovers, things that I had made and had forgotten about them. I like that it says free on here. That is so fun. A little bit of washi tape. I need to put something in there. I'm going to use some of these smaller papers that I had sized down, and I'll put them here at the back. And then that's a fun way to have extra pages, extra papers. I love it. I think this turned out pretty sweet. I love the way that the added tuck spots and embellishment with the lace gives it a little bit of weight. Couple extra pages, and then for the very, very top of it, or an extra piece, can be this note. It can be added with it. It can be on the back too, then it doesn't take away from the front. We're going to finish this one. This one has the little notepad in here that I added. A little bit of notes. I'm going to fold it up, and this is the one that I made with you using a printer. I'm going to say a printer reject because this one is yellow, and oh, it turned out really pretty with the little bit of lace. So that's the one that I made with you. Well, these are the very first things that I've made. And all the ones that I made before we went on our trip. That was fun. Lots of choices. My quick journal. The other two letters, using the kit from Ödulcina, and it's the lovely birds and the flowers and antique script. Just putting on a very simple tie, the same wax thread that I used to put the journal together. And I want to say thanks very much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Thank you for sharing, liking, and subscribing. I hope that you had some inspiration today using scraps and some digital prints. As always, stay adventurous and be fresh. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.